What if your silence is the mightiest weapon you possess? You've fallen into the trap of conflict. You've been pulled into their chaos. You pleaded for apologies, only to have your own words turned against you. The harsh reality is here. A narcissist's universe shatters, not through resistance, but when you withdraw from their game entirely. Picture this. Another mocking text arrives, sharp and biting. Another voicemail filled with guilt echoes in my mind. Yet you remain silent. Silence. By not reacting, you starve their delicate ego. You deny them the attention they desperately seek. In that stillness, they come apart. In moments, you'll uncover how silence can wound more profoundly than any harsh word, an embodiment of emotional intelligence at work. Ignoring their provocations shatters their control, revealing psychological boundaries, a quiet confidence that makes them tremble, self-worth, and inner power. This is anything but passive. This is calculated separation. This is a high-performance mindset in the heat of battle. Ready to reclaim your power? Become untouchable, unshakable, undeniably free. Just don't speak. Hear me out. Discover. Embrace it fully. The quiet begins now. Narcissists thrive on admiration, not love. They thrive on the spotlight, particularly the tumultuous variety. Connection isn't on their radar. They crave power. To truly dominate, one must learn to provoke. Admiration, confusion, rage, each feeling cuts deep. Nothing matters. Just respond. You're ensnared. A narcissist is indifferent to your emotions. They thrive on your feelings, each emotional response feeding their sense of control. Absorb that moment. A mind game starts with a captivating lure. It begins quietly. They utter a remark that stings just a bit, just to test your reaction. Your message goes unnoticed. Awareness of the impending uncertainty. In the spotlight, they sing your praises. Behind closed doors, they tear you down. Why not? Inconsistency shakes your foundation, while instability creates a need for reliance. They seek no conflict. They aim to take control of your emotions, pulling you away from your own heart and into theirs. When you find yourself justifying your existence, you're already moving to their beat. In that instant of breaking, you surrender all they ever desired. The trap's biology. What many fail to see is this. Narcissistic manipulation functions as a relentless cycle of craving and satisfaction. They incite. Your response is immediate. They exude strength. Weakness envelopes you. Resolution calls to you. They offer mere crumbs. And again, this is deliberate. It's a battle of toxins. The deeper you dive, the stronger their hold on your heart becomes. Their approval consumes you, even through the pain. This is how silence transforms into your most powerful ally. It shatters the pattern. Emotional awareness clashing with raw outbursts. You were probably led to believe that silence equates to weakness. Speak up. Defend your boundaries. In the shadow of a narcissist, everything shifts. Because you're alone, you're trapped in a mind-bending struggle for survival. In this game, the riskiest move is revealing your loss of control. True emotional intelligence is not about being detached or mechanical. It's recognizing the moments that aren't worth your fight. It's about seizing the moment to stop, to witness, and to declare, no, I refuse to be part of the turmoil. A true story, the quiet triumph. Consider a genuine scenario. You've just cut ties with a toxic presence. A message arrives for you. Incredible. It seems you never truly cared. Just like you to disappear when the going gets tough. The heat surges within you. You begin to type. This isn't fair, not after all I've done for you. But then, you freeze. Your breath fills the silence. The draft is gone. You silence the world. In that instant, everything changes. You emerge stronger. You triumphed. Your anger was their expectation. Your suffering was their expectation. They hoped for one final plea to step back into your world. Yet, you offered them nothing. Pure strength. Enduring wisdom. Your silence speaks volumes. You soar higher. Epictetus once stated, if someone manages to provoke you, understand that your mind is a willing participant in that provocation. His meaning was clear. You hold the power, don't give it away. In stillness lies the path to reclaiming control, not for retribution, never to retaliate, yet to find your way back to who you truly are. Your tranquility is not their amusement. Shifting from instinct to introspection, The change is here. Fighting is the only response for reactive minds. Curious souls seek clarity. Unyielding spirits yearn to ascend. Ceasing your reactions leaves the narcissist in a state of bewilderment. They push themselves further. They press harder. They label you as heartless, unforgiving, cold, and unfeeling. Resist the temptation. What they truly mean is, why have you stopped allowing me to dominate you? What does this chapter signify for you? Your response is yours alone. No one is entitled to it. You are not obligated to provide them with closure. You are not obligated to give them another opportunity to justify themselves. At times, silence speaks louder than words. Narcissists remain enscathed by anger. They crumble under the weight of insignificance. It begins the instant you reclaim your emotional strength, refusing to give it away any longer. Silence is strength. Silence speaks volumes. Silence, wielded with precision, cuts deep. It slices through effortlessly. Suddenly, those who have endured the flames speak out, not from ignorance, but from a deep well of experience. They remain quiet, fully aware of the futility in their words. It's not passivity. It's razor-sharp focus. Silence is a powerful act. It's the right choice. Silence is often mistaken for fragility. For those who grasp psychology and Stoic discipline, silence becomes a deliberate choice. They stand firm, refusing to be dragged into another tumultuous game of emotions. Envision silence not as an action, but as the poised stillness of a sniper, ready and alert. Calm, trapped inside. Silence grips you, fear holding your tongue. Your silence speaks volumes. It's a mark of your power. What makes silence so unsettling for a narcissist? Narcissists feed on emotional triggers. Words are often weapons, meant to provoke rather than solve. Your reaction pulls you right into their game. What unfolds when you fail to act? When you stand firm, silent, and resolute? They are consumed by fear. Why not? They've lost grip on the emotional story. You've broken free from their rhythm. Now, they must face the haunting void within. The quiet now echoes with your confusion, tears, and rage. Only they remain, the haunting resonance of their deceit. Silent vengeance unfolds. Silence serves a deeper purpose than merely winning debates. Silence is the unexpected resolution to a battle they believed you could never escape. A true instance. They turn against you. Deceit in plain sight. Twist the tale to cast you as the antagonist. They speak to you. They must be revealed. Spread the word. Yet, silence envelopes you. Your integrity remains intact. You focus on your growth. You create. You ascend. Then one day, they glance around and understand. Hold on. They have no intention of resolving this. They've given up on me. It's over. That's not quiet. That's a profound change. That's a deep psychological separation. They never saw that coming. Enduring wisdom. Become the edge. Marcus Aurelius urged us to embody the steadfastness of a cliff, enduring the relentless assault of waves, remaining unyielding and mastering the chaos that surrounds it. The wave embodies their turmoil. You are the edge. Not everything warrants your energy, so choose your responses wisely. That is strength. That is the pinnacle of emotional intelligence. You embrace understanding instead of impulse. Silence reigns supreme. Honor prevails over chaos. In silence, you reclaim your strength. In silence, clarity emerges. Trust your gut, your rhythms. Unleash your strength. You're on the offensive now. You're watching closely. You're on the path to recovery. You're a threat cloaked in tranquility. Speak less, reveal less. What remains unknown remains powerless. From revealing to departing. When emotions bind you to someone, you find yourself over-explaining. That's not what I intended. Feel my perspective. This isn't what I earned. When you heal, the need for explanation fades away. You cease the hunt for approval. True truth stands unguarded. It requires space. Your silence defines your limits. Your separation brings you peace. Your calm ignites their turmoil. Keep in mind, this quiet holds a strength of its own. It's the grip of absolute power. You're leaving the ring behind. Unyielding, you choose peace over war. The narcissist anticipated your outburst. They thought you would fall apart. They thought you couldn't stand alone. Yet, you transformed into something beyond reach. For a narcissist, chaos is a way of life. It drives them. They awaken. Feelings twist the truth. not for the thrill of chaos, but because chaos grants them power. By stripping away the chaos, by arriving with clarity, stillness, and emotional steadiness, you silence the only language they understand. Your tranquility is more than mere power. It's chaos. They are at a loss with someone who stands unwavering. Narcissists exist in a constant state of showmanship. A script is what they want from you. Weep as they pull away. Desperation sets in when they disappear. Confront them when they deceive. When you stand unyielding, their emotional attacks ricochet off your serenity like stones against steel, stripping them of their power. They stand vulnerable. You've revealed it all. Your turmoil holds no sway in this space. Without chaos, they cease to exist. Emotional intelligence dismantles the power of manipulators. Imagine it this way. Narcissists thrive on raw emotional responses. Your actions are driven by deep emotional insight. They ensnare you with remorse. Your answer is nothingness. They seek to bewilder. You're searching for understanding. They erupt in fury. You uphold your limits. It's not about the volume of the shout. It's about finding your balance. Your tranquility disturbs them deeply. It's captivating. They can't control what they can't ignite. Peace shatters the facade. Narcissists weave a vivid illusion, casting themselves eternally as the victim, the champion, or the mastermind. Your purpose, reflections collide. You're meant to embody their beliefs. Yet your tranquility breaks through that facade, a vivid illustration from reality. No more contact at last. They want you to slip quietly back into their inbox, to witness their tales unfold, to seek resolution. Yet you don't. It's your turn to take the lead. Exercising, crafting your empire, delving into Stoic philosophy, resting deeper. Silence speaks volumes. Now their thoughts whirl uncontrollably. Hold on. Are they truly fine without me? Why do they remain silent? Have I truly lost them forever? Your tranquility speaks volumes, echoing in their hearts. The most chilling of them all. Enduring wisdom. Stay strong. Seneca stated, "A wise man remains unaffected by all that lies beyond his control." Their smear campaigns are beyond your control. Their whispers are beyond your grasp. Their visions. Deceitful whispers. Yet, you hold the power to control. What do you feel? Your mind's condition. Make your move. This is the essence of psychological boundaries. They can unleash the chaos. Yet, the choice to seize it lies with you, the version of you they never saw coming. In moments of impulse, in moments of deep feeling, lost in a whirlwind of thoughts, or desperately holding on to the hope that you would be predictable, you were under my control. Now, you're a mystery, unreachable. You've transformed into a reality they never thought possible. The stillness, the assured, the utterly indifferent. Nothing torments a narcissist like the realization that they are insignificant to the one they once dominated. Cease the justification of your tranquility. Let your growth speak for itself. Your boundaries speak for themselves. Your silence needs no explanation. Let your silence resonate. Allow your calm to resonate. Let your transformation be the response they can never dare to ask. Silence can be the deadliest choice. In that silence, they confront their own reflection, utterly alone. And that's the one thing they absolutely loathe. Your calm is their chaos. In moments of true tranquility, their provocations fall flat. They can't see through you. They are forever out of reach. You've stepped beyond their mental grasp. Without you, they crumble into chaos. That's not vengeance. That's freedom. Narcissists excel at breaching boundaries. Heartfelt words, intimate connections, mind's edge. They push your limits, one moment at a time. A sly jab wrapped in humor. A compliment wrapped in sarcasm. A fleeting pang of guilt disguised as care. In an instant, you find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew. But this is the reality. They respect your limits. You gradually cease to uphold them. That's the moment everything shifts. The strongest boundary is the one left unspoken. It's the one you endure in silence. Psychological boundaries, their essence and significance. Psychological boundaries remain unseen, yet they surpass the might of any barrier. They exist. You're deep within. No, that doesn't need any words to defend it. Choosing not to pursue, clarify, or mend what was shattered. Your determination to remain untouched by emotional manipulation. An emotional connection fuels a narcissist's existence. They seek to uncover your deepest motivations. your vulnerabilities, how to penetrate your soul. Yet, by solidifying these unseen barriers, you turn into a mystery. For someone who thrives on control, this is pure torment. Silence and boundaries create an emotional prison. Quiet confidence paired with firm boundaries forms an enigma the narcissist cannot unravel. They pose provocative questions. You reply with a cool indifference. They attempt to distort reality. You remain utterly still. You simply turn and leave. They attempt to manipulate with guilt. The silence weighed down, thick and suffocating. Panic sets in now. They can't grasp this new you. It's calm and unyielding. It's done. The strength found in absence. A powerful mindset lies in the ability to remain emotionally detached from chaos. You're wide open. You've closed the door on those who disturb your tranquility. This baffles manipulators. They anticipate boundaries to be accompanied by yelling or threats. But true boundaries are found in your silence. Your silence speaks volumes. Your sudden departure leaves a haunting silence. It's a lesson. It's dignity, unyielding resolve, heartfelt separation, free from resentment. Marcus Aurelius revealed the peace found in letting go of others' opinions and actions, how they perceive you, their desires for you. That's the essence of boundaries. Your inner world belongs to you alone, not for others to claim. They can scream. They can bend the story. They can wear the mask of the victim. Me. You remain unyielding, rooted, unyielding. Peace must be earned. It's safe. A vivid illustration from reality. Silent departure. Powerful statement. Imagine someone persistently overstepping boundaries, twisting your compassion to their advantage. Your kindness turned against you. Past self. You'd go on and on. Seek understanding, or wish for their transformation. Fresh. Me. You walk away, words hanging in the air. Stop justifying. Fewer words, more impact, and they experience deeper emotions. They're falling fast. What makes you so distant? Why are you pretending to be someone else? Where did the old you go? The answer is clear. The former you lacked limits. Embrace the tranquility of your transformation. The line that cannot be crossed. Enough of deceiving myself. Clarity is essential. The deepest treachery lies not in their actions against you. It's what you endured. But that stops here. You've mastered the art of saying no, free from guilt. I'm finished, and there's no resolution. I perceive this clearly, without the need for conflict. You're not shutting them out of anger. You're shutting them out because they no longer meet your expectations. That's not chilly. That's pure clarity. Narcissists dread clarity above all else. The last moment when access is taken away. Manipulators shift power. Embrace the possibility of love slipping away. They dread the thought of slipping away from their grasp. When you walk away with poise, when you establish your mental barriers, their manipulation loses its power. Shatter the chains of addiction. No disputes. Not a single tear. Only emptiness. Access is denied now. In that instant, everything changes for them. Your mind is now your own. That's when the true devastation unfolds. Without you doing a thing, narcissists drain your essence. They manipulate you into surrendering it with veiled insults, gaslighting, and emotional sabotage. They force you to doubt your worth, your recollections, your entire identity. But then comes the shock. They were never truly in control. You surrendered your essence by losing sight of yourself. As you begin to remember, reconstructing that inner foundation, brick by brutal brick, the game concludes and their illusion shatters. Revenge won't forge your self-worth. It emerges from the ashes of reconnection once the narcissist departs, or once you turn your back. The silence hits hard, overwhelming, and profound. Could it truly have been that terrible? Perhaps I went too far. Perhaps I fell short. No, that's confusion talking. That's the process of shaping behavior. You learn to define yourself by their gaze. It's time to reflect. Who were you before the shadows crept in? What happened before the manipulation? Does that version of you still linger, starved of emotion? Now is the moment to bring them back to life. Healing whispers softly. It's targeted restoration. It's not just about sharing uplifting quotes. It's about feeling everything. It's discovered in the power of rejecting what you once accepted, no longer craving their approval. Establishing a bold benchmark. Healing may be a journey, but recognizing your self-worth is a profound act of spiritual strength. It's recognizing your worth without seeking validation. Narcissists. They cannot control what seeks no validation from them. From supply to sovereign, a profound transformation unfolds. Picture this. You were once their source of emotional energy, always responding, uneasy, perpetually doubting your own choices. Awakening at dawn, a new chapter begins. You write. You delve into Epictetus. Marcus Aurelius. Silence envelopes you. You no longer seek an end to the uncertainty. You no longer stand by your choices. They see it all. Silently, they're coming apart at the seams. What makes them feel so powerful now? Why have they stopped pursuing me? What is this version of them? The version they once sought to shatter stands resolute, unyielding. Your self-worth shields you from their schemes. Narcissists play with your heart through jealousy games. Cold silence. 3 points converge, revealing hidden truths. Unexpected messages that draw you in. Once you reclaim your worth, you perceive everything with emotional clarity, free from anger. You remain silent, not out of bitterness, but from a place of transcendence. That's not evasion, that's transformation. Nothing terrifies a narcissist more than losing control over someone they can no longer bend to their will. True worth is found deep inside. Seneca stated that it is not the man with too little, but the man who desires more. That's disappointing. Narcissists are insatiable, forever craving attention, dominance, and adoration. Their character is lacking. But you ceased pursuing what diminished your worth. You now thrive on inner richness. Your value is now defined solely by you, independent of others' presence, approval, or acknowledgement. Witness yourself. In that last moment, you reflect their truth, and it shatters them. Now that you're emotionally detached, the irony hits hard. You transform into the reflection they dreaded, for when they gaze upon you now, self-assured, mended, quiet, serene, they confront all they feigned to be and all they could never achieve. They crave your focus. They long for the reflection of themselves they attempted to show through you. But now, you are free from their brushstrokes. You are a work of art. Initially, disbelief washes over them. They believe your silence will fade away. Your tranquility is merely temporary. Your limits are merely a challenge. But then it strikes them, you're no longer waiting. The entire dynamic no longer fits you. That realization sends chills down their spine. Now, you feel nothing. You're fine. You're completely finished. Nothing rattles a narcissist more than your unexpected emotional indifference and growth while they thought they had you trapped. You once responded. Closure was essential. You crave connection. Now, you ignore their messages. You don't check their socials. You never inquire about their well-being. You're indifferent to their relationships. You've grown, while they've fallen behind. They're caught in a web of high school mind games. You're honing your spirit and mastering yourself. That's not separation. They face a chasm of evolution they cannot cross. Your calm assurance trembles. Narcissists construct their fragile identity from your responses, your praise, your conflicts, your yearning. When you become emotionally resilient, exuding a quiet confidence that needs no validation, they can no longer reflect back what they once did. Without that mirror, their delicate sense of self starts to crumble. They come to understand you were never merely an object of admiration. You were the breath that sustained their fragile dream. You've gone, and the silence screams. They're drowning, yet wearing smiles like masks. Spiritual discipline, a power they never grasped. Your silence carries a heavy burden. It arises from a deeper place. It originates from a realm beyond their comprehension, spiritual discipline. Your calmness is seen as weakness, yet, in truth, it's the boldest position you've ever embraced. You've stepped off their board for good. You've triumphed simply by stepping away from the game. The last desperate bid of Hoover. They will attempt to return. Nearly always. Perhaps it's just a hollow apology. A quick check-in to see how you're doing. A trace of guilt to tear the scar open once more. Why not? They sense the change within. They sense you fading into a world where they are no longer present. They simply can't cope with it. You've cut off their lifeline. They launch a final, frantic effort. The Hoover looms large, a silent witness to countless moments, each echoing with unspoken stories and raw emotions. Yet this time, silence reigns. You remain untouched. It's not about hatred. It's about leaving behind the part of you that once relied on them. Your tranquility ignites their turmoil. Ironically, as you find peace, they begin to fall apart. Why not? Narcissists thrive on control, not on genuine connection. They struggle to embrace the silence. They seek emotional chaos, for it is in that turmoil that they find their strength. Yet, in the absence of chaos, reaction, or validation, they must confront their own truths. Yet, it's a war they've evaded their entire existence. The quiet strength of Stoicism delivers the ultimate strike. Marcus Aurelius stated, "There is no place where a man can discover a more serene or undisturbed refuge than within his own soul." You discovered that sanctuary. Now, you guard it with every breath you take. They ridicule that serene facade, born from flames. You shattered the past, leaving echoes behind. You battled through each trauma, each trigger, each urge to react. You embraced peace over vengeance. That's strength. That's a peak performance mentality. That's beyond their reach now. Keep them little. You've outgrown your space. No need for confrontation. There's no need to reveal them. No warning is necessary. You've left that world behind. You're facing them head on. You've grown beyond the grasp of narrow minds and trivial pursuits. The trauma bond no longer holds you. You've taken back your value. Now you exist in a realm they cannot reach. Let them wonder. Let them fall into chaos. Let them talk. Your silence now echoes with a powerful, calculated devastation. Confrontation does not shatter narcissists. They are shattered by their deepest fear, facing the solitude of their true self. When you finally let go completely, in every sense, you don't merely exit the relationship. You abandon them bare, stripped of your responses, your grace, your emotional effort. They stand amidst the wreckage of what they once built. And then comes the surprise. They forge their existence in the shadows of your control. Now they must confront the void inside, and that marks the beginning of their downfall. The collapse hidden beneath the facade. They seem fine, sharing cheerful photos, feigning a glow-up, and putting on a mask of indifference. Yet within, they are unraveling. Narcissists thrive by relinquishing their own identity to others. They crave recognition. They crave dominance. They crave a reflection of their own fantasies. When you walk away, they lose their reflection, and their inflated sense of self starts to decay from within. This is a profound emptiness. Existential dread grips tightly, a psychological collapse from the void of absence. Picture this. A narcissist is a man who gazes into funhouse mirrors, forever seeing a twisted, flattering version of himself. Yet now, the mirrors have vanished. For the first time, he confronts the truth, fragile, insecure, a hollow identity crafted from illusion. Your absence ignites that feeling. Your absence reveals the truth. You were the escape they needed from their own reality. Now their inner world betrays them. Shame surges. Fear seeps through the cracks. Fury intensifies as they lose their grip on you. They might deflect, point fingers, or strike out in anger. Yet, beneath the surface, they understand you are truly lost to them. Life's haunting reflection. How did I let it slip away? Consider this true story. A person breaks free from the chains of a narcissistic partner after enduring years of emotional turmoil. No theatrics, just a fleeting moment. Only silence. Initially, the narcissist offers a hollow apology. Then came the guilt. Then fury. But when silence reigns, a fracture occurs within them. They spiral into obsession. Who are they with at this moment? Why do they feel no pain? Where are they? Why won't they return? They begin to stalk, undermine shared friendships, or spread malicious rumors. Not out of concern, but from an inability to relinquish control over the story. Your calm ignites their chaos. Here lies the contradiction. In your moments of anxiety, desperation, and self-doubt, they remained unshaken. In your stillness, they unravel in chaos. Why not? Your tranquility strips them of their strength. Your silence reflects a truth they've evaded all their life. As you find your calm, they spiral into chaos. This isn't karma in any mystical way. This is a haunting aftermath. They inflicted the deepest wounds upon themselves with stoic wisdom. Seneca once stated, "A sword never takes a life. In the killer's grip, it becomes a weapon of fate." Your silence holds no power. Their ego reigns supreme. You simply pulled away your light. Their ego took over completely. You failed to annihilate them. You simply ceased to shield them from their own destruction. In that void, the illusion devours its own heart. Layers of collapse unfold. This unraveling unfolds in 3 intense stages. Just 1, denial. They will return. Fury ignites. They turn their backs on me. 3, hopelessness. They are gone forever. When despair takes hold, they might feign indifference. Listen closely. Their indifference roars, while their suffering cuts deep. You've let go. You're rising higher. A new identity emerges, forged not from defiance, but from deep self-respect. They are ensnared in the remnants of their false selves. You are now the reflection they cannot flee from. You mirrored their dream. Now, you feel the weight of their absence. That is the harshest reality a narcissist must confront. They never really owned you, just a facade of power. Now, in your absence, they must face the beast within. They mask their intentions with allure. Believe me, that clash cuts deeper than any words you could muster. Your part is done. Let karma take its course. They don't pursue. Avoid subtweeting. Skip the explanations. They no longer define your narrative. You've transformed into the unimaginable, untouchable, unbothered, unreachable, not due to your absence, but because you soared beyond their chaos. Let them smolder in their own quietude. Your peace is well-deserved. Guard it fiercely, as if it were your last stronghold. Escaping a narcissist is just the beginning of the struggle. The true battle lies in ensuring you never return. Here's the truth they'll never reveal. When the storm subsides, the echoes linger on. Self-doubt will still creep in. Old conversations will echo in your mind. Did I come off as too distant? Could it truly have been that terrible? That's strength. That's the deep-seated pain they instilled. Now, your task is to tear it out entirely. You were completely justified. Narcissists flourish in the turmoil of unguarded emotions. They distort, deceive, and warp reality until you doubt your very existence. Even after parting ways, you might catch yourself apologizing for things you didn't do, burdened by guilt for simply standing your ground. Perhaps I brought some of this upon myself. Pause. That's confusion. That's the process of shaping behavior. They shattered you. You were conditioned to embrace it. To change that, you need to forget all the lies they instilled in you about who you are. Psychological boundaries, your unwavering essentials. Walls won't protect you. Smarter filters are essential. Psychological boundaries are about connection, not separation. It's about recognizing what seeps into your thoughts and what you cast aside without hesitation. This is how it appears. No more explanations for your no. Your value is undeniable. You don't engage with subtle jabs. Humor wrapped in sarcasm is unwelcome. When someone disrupts your peace, you turn and leave without hesitation. Not the 5th one. Not the 10th time. The beginning. These are not mere guidelines. They are unyielding truths, shaped by the flames of experience. The charming narcissist snare. A new connection sparks. They captivate, care, and consider deeply. Yet, an unsettling sensation lingers. They push your limits quietly. What took you so long to reply? Maybe I don't matter at all. Your passion for your space is palpable. That's not love. That's a subtle form of control. Your former self may have accepted that. You, whole and free, turn and leave without a word. Now you realize that life doesn't require chaos to ignite your spirit. Connection doesn't require chaos. All you seek is peace and the power to defend it. Your emotional intelligence is your greatest strength. Emotional intelligence is strength, not weakness. It's a game plan. It's the power to see through deceit, control your feelings, and reject the weight of another's shadows. It's about keeping your cool when provoked, turning your back in the heat of the moment. Less talk, more vision. Your ability to uncover hidden motives beneath the facade makes you a formidable force. To those who believe they could deceive you again, true strength lies within, far beyond the need for validation from others. Once, you craved validation, sought apologies, yearned for closure. Now you prove your worth. You find your own peace. You no longer plead for comprehension. You've discovered yourself. The change happens within, but its impact is felt outside. Suddenly, the way others see you shifts. A quiet strength lingers, an unyielding presence, a fierce resolve to protect your peace. That's confidence. That's true strength. Your emotional life demands a high-performance mindset. The Stoic mind, calm and fierce. Marcus Aurelius said, You wield power over your mind, not the chaos outside. Understand this, and you'll discover your power. You've reclaimed your strength. When chaos arrives, you remain silent. No explanations given. You stand down. You remain quiet, realizing that true strength lies in silence combined with insight. Let go of the desire for revenge. No need for acknowledgement. Your tranquility speaks volumes. Embrace this as your benchmark. No one should ever exploit your compassion, disregard your time, or twist your generosity. You've shattered the norms. Your presence is now deserved. Your energy is precious, and your love deserves equal intensity in return. That's not indifference. That's true awareness. Your freedom is safeguarded at last. Leaving a narcissist isn't simply a matter of moving on. You rise above their grasp, and this transformation demands protection, not through rage nor barriers, but with keen insight and steadfast self-respect. From now on, when someone attempts to breach your boundaries, you remain silent. No need for justification. Walk away. That choice will forever be your wisest decision. A narcissist cannot bear one thing: the loss of control over their story. You shatter the silence, leaving behind more than just a bond. You break apart the facade they meticulously crafted around it. That's when it all begins. Everything falls apart. Too much revealed. The frantic struggle for recognition, for in quietude, you wield strength. In quietude, they start to fall apart. The focus of attention. Narcissists unravel when their facade is threatened. In their desperate quest for control, they frequently lay bare their vulnerabilities. Sharing enigmatic quotes to suggest you're the antagonist, whispering secrets to shared confidence, transforming the narrative to reveal their unexpected role as the victim. It's more than mere appearances. It's a relentless pursuit to seize attention, no matter the sacrifice. Yet, with every attempt to shape the story, the truth shines through even brighter. Her silence echoed, leaving a void that spiraled endlessly. After years of deceit, one man awoke to find his partner gone, leaving only silence in the empty apartment. No struggle, no noche, only emptiness. In mere days, he started reaching out to her friends, sharing ambiguous tales of woe on social media, whispers of treachery and shattered hearts. Yet, disbelief surrounded him as his mask shattered, no longer sustained by her energy. Silence speaks volumes. It compels individuals to expose their true selves. Mind laid bare, their lies unravel, tangled and chaotic. When you pull away entirely, they can no longer control how they are seen. You were the shield that safeguarded their self-image, reflecting only what they wished to see, hiding their imperfections. Yet, in your absence, their flaws are laid bare. They lose track of their own words. They are full of contradictions. They reveal their true selves, not by you, yet through their own unraveling. This is the power of emotional intelligence in action. You stood down. You remained silent. You just turned and left. Your silence echoed, leaving everything unsaid. Silence. Powerful sparks of self-assurance. Deafening. Turmoil. Narcissists unravel when you remain composed. Their chaos thrives on your reaction. Your tranquility disrupts their control. When you let go, remain silent, and refuse to strike back, you reveal a truth that cannot be imitated. Deep understanding of feelings. They cry out for recognition. Your silence speaks volumes. They share whispered words, sharp and piercing. Challenge you. Stay steadfast. The stark difference. It resonates more profoundly than any words you might utter. And soon, eyes begin to linger. The show starts now. In their desperation, they transform into the very thing they once condemned you for. They turn the tables. You're icy. Your presence is poison. You left them behind, yet the irony lingers. Now, they display the very traits they once unjustly accused you of. That's the pinnacle of projection. This is where your psychological boundaries shield you. You stand silent. You leave things ambiguous. You never come back. Truth whispers, yet its impact resonates deeply. It simply requires patience. As time slips away, the truth sharpens into focus. You were the calm amidst the storm. They were chaos unleashed, unyielding wisdom. Let their flame flicker in solitude. Epictetus once stated that if you find yourself provoked, understand that your mind plays a role in that provocation. You've broken free from complicity. Now, they burn. They ignited their own flames. As you ascend, the world holds its breath. Your wisdom deepens. You create a world beyond their reach, beyond understanding, and above all, cannot be shattered. You've moved beyond the game. Winning is no longer your goal. You've just vanished from the game. Don't retreat. This is the snare. As they fall apart, a flicker of pity stirs within you. Drawn to reach out, drawn to reveal, drawn to ensure their well-being. Stop. The cycle begins anew. They're not falling apart because of you. They're falling apart, stripped bare by their true selves, with no one remaining to sustain the facade. You don't have to save them. You are not their hero. You don't belong to them. You're liberated. Let them face their own flames. Isolated. This is the essence of silent strength. You didn't break them. You never even made an effort. You just gave up the game. In that moment, you exposed all they desperately sought to conceal. This is the pinnacle of quiet confidence. This is emotional intelligence at its peak. This embodies the fierce resolve of a person who refuses to compromise with chaos. You've changed beyond recognition. They have faded into irrelevance. Allow the silence to achieve what the clash could not. In the quiet aftermath, as you turn away and mend your wounds, a deep truth emerges. You were fighting for your very essence against the narcissist. They were the catalyst for your transformation. Your story wasn't over. They changed everything. This was something deeper. It was a new beginning. Let's get straight to the point. You never intended to bring anyone down. Your silence wasn't born from cruelty. It was a choice born from need. In that silence, your true self emerged. You weren't the broken, responsive figure they expected, yet the serene, sharp, unwavering power they never anticipated. This is not about revenge. It's a tale of rebirth, ultimate self-mastery. Surviving psychological warfare reveals the essence of self-mastery. You start to master your feelings, your power, your presence. You remain still. Your reply carries purpose. Closure doesn't chase you. You are the end. Proving anything is not your aim. Your existence speaks volumes. This is the unwavering journey. Not a state of cold indifference, but a controlled blaze within. Revenge unfolds in the moment, not years down the line. They might come back. A powerful message. A summons. Hey there. Just reaching out. Silence lingers. No one is reaching out. They're probing your weaknesses. Yet, by that moment, you have transformed. You don't shut them out in fury. You remain silent in the face of pain. You just remain silent. Now, you wouldn't even recognize the person who once yearned for their attention. That's not vengeance. That's elevation. In spiritual discipline, chaos has no place. You've stepped into a new chapter of existence, where peace is a reality. It must be done, where your energy is focused. It's shielded like a crown jewel. Your time, attention, and mind are precious realms. Only a select few receive the call. This embodies the essence of spiritual discipline in action. It's about standing firm and making it clear, my boundaries are sacred. At this moment, your presence declares, my limits are unyielding. The door will vanish before your eyes. You're still soft inside. You've been honed to perfection. They might whisper, you've transformed. Your chill is palpable. Your indifference has grown. They are indeed correct. You are different now. The version of you that accepted disrespect, that endured confusion, that justified pain to those who were indifferent. That version has vanished. Only clarity remains. Not indifference. What remains is the essence of self-worth, not self-centered. What remains is a gleaming shield of the soul, free from resentment. This is the essence of a high-performance mindset. You move forward with vision. No feeling. Awakening ignites a fire within. No pain. You don't question who's observing. You create in quietude. You mend in silence. Your success is deliberate. They will witness the irony unfold. They'll question your serenity, your journey of resilience. Your silence spoke volumes they were too afraid to face. Yet you'll be so far ahead that it won't even register. You've transcended, both in body and mind. Deeply felt, transcendently. That's the ultimate payback. That's the path of resilience. Last profound contemplation. Time is precious. Act now. We'll conclude with this profound insight from Marcus Aurelius. Stop debating what defines a good man. Become one. Your arguments have run their course. You've fought long enough. Your proof is sufficient. You just exist, nothing more. Become the calm amidst the chaos. Become the light amidst the storm. Become the line they dare not approach. Embody the tranquility that requires no approval. Should they glance back, may they find the silent trace of one who mended without resentment, never dwelling on the past. You failed to annihilate them. You shattered their dreams. From the ashes, you rose anew. The wise dismantle narcissists in silence. Now you understand. Power doesn't require a shout. Victory doesn't require vengeance. Rise without their approval. The most effective way to dismantle a narcissist isn't with rage. Not by facing off. Yet, through assent. You turned your back. Your silence spoke volumes. In that stillness, you forged an unbreakable bond. Find your calm within. Your value, your calm assurance. As they indulged in trivial pursuits, you were engaged in a far more profound challenge. Completely about mastering oneself. You discovered the power within you to guide your own path. You ceased to define your limits. They vanished from the lives of those who failed to respect them. That is the unwavering journey. That's emotional intelligence at work. If this message ignited a spark within you, reminding you of the strength found in serene clarity, then you instinctively understand your next step. Join us for profound insights that elevate your thoughts, safeguard your serenity, and strengthen your spirit. Remember, the most perilous version of you is the one who remains silent, yet ascends. In quietude, in power, and in total mastery of your existence. You've been immersed in Think Stoic 101. Your strength lies beyond your speech. It exists within you. Until next time, keep your edge. Remain unyielding.